Welcome to this post-game press conference of the. Welcome to this post-game conference of the exciting and incredible fixture that we've just witnessed between Cape Town Tigers and FUS Rabat, and obviously Cape Town Tigers winning 91-88 at overtime. Obviously, you can feel the heat in this room because the players were on fire, the coaches were on fire, and we have with us the coach of Cape Town Tigers, Coach Mungisi Ngwenya, and of course Sam Kelo Sile, who scored an incredible 30 points in this fixture. Coach, talk to us about the management of the game towards the end of the fourth quarter and how you were able to pick up from that phase going into the overtime.
I think first and foremost, I just want to congratulate FUS Rabat. They're a great team. I mean, they gave us a heck of a game. They really played a good game. But I think today was just our day. I mean, you know, it's God's plan, if you really have to put it that way. But over and above that, I think the game plan was pretty simple. It was for us not to let their three-point shooters get away early in the game, which we did. But obviously in the fourth quarter, especially in the last minute or so, we let number 45, I'm just going to get his name right now real quick, Yasin. We let Yasin break free 3 times. I mean, he's a heck of a shooter. Twice. My bad, it felt like 3 times. All right, we let him get away, and that almost cost us the ball game. You know, lucky for us, this guy on my left came out and closed it. But I just want to mention one guy in our team, number 14, Nitis Banyon. The kid had 25 rebounds. Now, that right there, that's beast, you know, in basketball terms. That's really huge. He played almost the whole game, and he, you know, 14 offensive rebound, and he gave us a lift. So, you know, besides that last minute, I mean, overtime, we knew that, you know, even though we lost Dang, which is one of our scorers, but also our great defenders, but we had a quite confident amongst ourselves that we prepped very well for FUS.
Are there any questions? I'll start with Amin.
Amin Lamri from Moroccan newspaper Le Matin. Congrats, coach. Congrats, Sally. Talk us through that last minute of the game before the overtime. You were ahead, 10 points. Obviously, you talk about Yasin, but what was going through your mind there at this time? And if you had any news about Deng, is he okay? Is it serious? Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, so Deng just popped his shoulder, but we were told it's nothing serious. He stays at the hospital, nothing serious. That's the first thing. That last minute, we knew that they were going to come and press, right? And I think our guys, maybe they were just running out of gas. They were getting tired, but we needed to attack the ball harder, especially on the passes. We were very loose with the passes, and unfortunately for us, one mistake at this level, you will actually get punished. I mean, the whole thing was to get our 3 men to inbound the ball, and our 1 and our 2 are the guys that would control the ball. But that didn't happen, and we just turned the ball over, and that was a very frustrating time. I mean, you can see I've even gone grayer in 1 minute. But I think we stuck to our guns. On the whiteboard in the change room, we wrote that there are 3 kinds of people in this world. There are those who make things happen, there are those who watch things happen, and there are those who wonder what happened. We didn't want to be the last one. We didn't want to wonder what happened. We wanted to make things happen today. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Precious, then Queen and Leonard.
Hi, Precious from the New Times. Congratulations on your very lucky win. Questions, what do you plan to do in the future to make... I love how you said God was on your side today. So like, what can you do in the future to assist God in the sense of like God helps those who help, those who help themselves, like on the courts? Also, what are your strategies in like clutch time? Because they were good, so tell us.
Are you talking about the timeout or?
No. What you do in clutch time, like when there is barely any time left. When there is barely any time left and you have to outperform the other team.
Sorry, I'm missing the question.
I asked, what are your strategies for clutch time?
For crunch time?
Clutch time.
Clutch time.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mistake. So we run two plays, especially in at the clutch. There's two plays that we run. It's a high pick and roll with our four, especially our four that can shoot a three. So we want to make sure that the big follows our four. Literally, it's just a high pick and roll, and we let the guy that can really get into the cup, a guy like Tele, where if the guard gets stuck on the pick, we're going all the way to the cup, and we're putting one player on a dunker spot where if the other big comes and happen, he can just dish it off or he can just throw an early. It's really just a pick and pop for our four man, but we have three options there. Either we pick and pop, we get a three, or we get a layup, or we get the bounce pass for the other guy, the big guy on the dunker spot, or it's an early hoop. Really, it's just basic basketball. You know, it's reads. I mean, we're saying to our guys, we're giving them a freedom to make sure that they read what the defense does, but it's literally just a high pick and roll, and that's that.
Queen.
Hi, Coach. Queen from Nigeria. I have for Coach and for Sam Kello. Coach, quick turnaround for you, the way the season started. Bit of a struggle. One win got you here. And I remember your first press conference, you were like, your target is a podium finish. How much of a joy does it give you that you are close to achieving that, despite all of what has happened behind the scenes and all the struggles? Therefore, Sam Kello, you carry the team so well, so effortlessly. Like the fans, your teammates are expecting you to be at your A game at every point in time. Do you find it weighty at some point? And do you find it weighty, like a burden? Weighty on you? Like heavy on you, like you carry the team so effortlessly well. And how much of a joy does it give you that you're reaching the semis in the third try?
Okay, I love playing basketball, and I love like moments like this. And so for whatever my team trusts me to do game in, game out, you know, and they always say that pressure is a privilege, and so I don't feel a burden at all. If anything, you know, I love it and I embrace it, and then it's just a compliment, you know, to the trust that my teammates have in me, you know, and so and I just always try to, you know, meet their standard and, you know, make sure that, you know, I try to deliver every game, and you know, the joy that it brings me to represent my country at the highest level. I think, you know, I don't have words for it, you know. Yeah, we're just trying to become a nation that's, you know, that's good, or like spoken about basketball-wise all around Africa, you know. And so, you know, one game at a time, and you know, but this game was really hard, was really good, but you know, we're happy to be here, but the job's not done.
Thanks for the question, Queen. But so I think for us, we know what we have, you know. I know more often than not we get written off because we're not the big nations, you know, in terms of basketball, and we understand that. And the fact that we're underdogs just kind of builds the fire in us, because we're trying to show everybody that we can also play basketball. The difference, Queen, this time around is the fact that we had enough time to sort of prepare between Kalahari and Kigali. So we really put in the work, and we had the players at home, and we were able to prepare. So again, I mean, you know, the will to win is not as important as the will to prepare to win. That's just the bottom line, you know.
All right, last question.
François Martinet pour Canal+. Sam Kello, you made the three-pointer for tie the game. You made a huge block at the end of the additional time. I think you showed Africa what is a clutch player, and I want to know, where do you find such an energy and such a confidence on the court?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But I think the confidence and I guess the energy comes from not wanting to lose, right? We fought to get here, and you know, we wasn't trying to go home today. You know, we spoke about this last night. We spoke about this morning in the locker room before the game. And you know, funny enough, when I think we had the turnover, they tied the game, I think. And this guy to my right said, "I'm running away from the ball," and you know, I took that as a challenge too, because you know he expects me to go to the ball and not run away from it. And so when they when he made that free throw, I was like, I'm going to take the shot. Like, you know, and I think everybody knew that I was going to take it too because, you know, I love shots like that. I love those moments. Like, every time, he could tell you, every time I practice, you know, whenever it comes to the last shot or whatever, I always want that because I love that pressure and I love, you know, making those big time plays. And also, I think knowing the importance of, you know, me wanting to reach and play the highest level of basketball and knowing that it takes defense first, you know what I mean, to even be spoken about. So I pride myself in just, you know, playing both ends of the court, and especially on the defensive end. Once I saw that guy, it was nobody down there, and I was like, if I foul it, I foul him, but I was going for that block, you know, so, yeah.
Sam, thank you very much, Coach. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks. This post-game press conference, and we have with us the coach of FUS Rabat, Coach Saïd El Bouzidi, and obviously we have Soufiane Benmin. Are there any questions? Yes, we start with Amin. Oh no.
Bonsoir coach, Emile Ameli du matin. Coach, je voudrais vous poser une question assez spécifique sur la dernière action où Cape Town marque les 3 points qui leur permettent de forcer l'overtime. Vous pensez que l'équipe aurait pu faire mieux sur cette action? Et à Soufiane, je voudrais te demander quelle leçon tu peux tirer de cette défaite-là. Elle est dure à encaisser parce qu'elle vient dans l'overtime, c'est un match très serré, mais quelle leçon, la principale leçon que tu pourrais tirer de cette défaite? Merci.
Bon, on savait que l'équipe adverse allait jouer sur un shoot à 3 points, donc on a demandé aux joueurs de faire la faute. Malheureusement, nos Américains, ils n'étaient pas dedans, parce que c'est joueur américain qui était sur lui en défense. Donc il a laissé prendre la balle, il a accéléré. Lui, il est fort sur les drives. Ainsi que Najah, au lieu de monter sur lui, il est resté bas, donc automatiquement il a pris le shoot. Donc ce manque de concentration, ça se voyait durant tout le match. C'est pas seulement cette action. C'est vrai qu'on est revenu sur la partie, on était à -8, on est passé à +3. Mais on a fait beaucoup d'efforts. On devait gagner le match facilement si on était bien concentré, parce que c'est une équipe, nous les avons joués 2 fois, nous les avons battus 2 fois. Peut-être que c'est ça la cause de la déconcentration des joueurs. Donc ils ont cru que ça va être un match facile, et pourtant on a parlé de ça. On a dit que c'est un adversaire qui sera dur. Ils ont des potentialités, des joueurs athlétiques, des joueurs techniques, et ça se voyait de l'équipe adverse. Il y a certains joueurs qui ont pris le dessus sur nous. On était faibles dans tous les compartiments. C'est pas seulement en attaque, en défense. Tous les rebonds, ils l'ont pris. Donc, je pense que vous avez les statistiques. Il y a un joueur qui a pris 25 rebonds offensifs. Donc, ça se voit qu'on n'était pas dedans en défense. On n'était pas bien concentrés. Ça, c'est la cause de l'amateurisme. Donc, on peut pas évoluer comme ça, parce que si on veut aller jouer les demi-finales, les finales, les titres, il faut qu'on soit concentré. Malheureusement, que les joueurs clés n'étaient pas dedans, surtout les étrangers. On a raté des balles faciles, des lay-ups à la fin. Là, le Kane, il rate un lay-up facile. Donc, on peut rien faire. Donc, il y avait de la malchance un peu, mais on n'était pas bien concentré pour aller en demi-finale.
Well, for me, the lesson that we should take from today's loss is you're never gonna take an easy game, like consider an easy game during these tournaments, such high-level tournaments. And as a captain, I was saying it to my players all the time, that we cannot keep thinking about the South Africa. We beat this team twice in South Africa in their hometown, but we knew they're gonna react, you know, because it's the high-level competition, and if you're not concentrating 100%, because as the coach said, I think that we were not focusing. And in basketball game, if you're not dominating in defensive rebounds, the opponent is gonna kill you. As you saw, they took all the offensive rebounds, and that was the problem. No hard defense, no defensive rebounds, and in basketball game, if you're not dominating in that part, you will be fucked up.
Yes, Leonard.
Leonard Soames, ESPN Africa. Soufiane, you guys struggled a little bit with Samkelo Tlele and Nati Simonioni today. What made them so difficult to play against, even for an experienced team such as yourself?
Yeah, they are good players. The problem is that we didn't start well. We were not defending so hard. As everybody know, like we're dogs in defense. Like we do a lot of good job in defense. But today we were not doing that. And the bad part that you don't know what they are doing in offense, because most of the time they are playing free. and it's tough to play against such teams. And yeah, Sele scored 30 points, and that's too much, you know. I think it's lack of concentration. That's what it's all about.
Lucie.
Bonjour, Lucie Mouillot pour RFI. Coach, quelles leçons et quel bilan vous tirez de cette saison de FUS de Rabat cette année?
La leçon, c'est que nous, on a raté la demi-finale, parce que ça peut qu'on joue pas la balle les années qui arrivent, on n'est pas sûr. Mais on avait une opportunité d'aller plus loin. Malheureusement, on n'était pas bien préparé pour ce match. Donc le basket, comme j'ai dit aux joueurs, c'est pas l'attaque, c'est la défense, c'est le rebond. Si on maîtrise pas ça, c'est impossible de gagner. Contre l'Égypte, on a fait un bon match, bon deuxième mi-temps, on a dominé défensivement et offensivement. Aujourd'hui, on était dominé offensivement par les rebonds. On n'était pas bon en défense sur les duels. Donc le basket se joue en défense. Et après, il faut que les joueurs sachent que la vie d'un sportif, c'est l'entretien. Si on n'est pas bien entretenu, je peux pas jouer des compétitions pareilles. Parce que on joue un jour et on a un jour off. Donc ça épuise un peu le corps. Il faut que les joueurs sachent que l'entretien du corps, il fait partie de leur métier. Il faut entretenir leur corps. Il faut qu'ils soient toujours concentrés. Il faut toujours être dur pour jouer dans ce niveau. J'espère qu'on aura la chance de revenir ici pour mieux faire.
Coach, merci beaucoup. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
See you tomorrow for the two other quarterfinal fixtures. Thank you.